Right.
Yeah, when he's ready. Not that it makes a difference. You ready?
So how do you do it without the throttle without a throttle cable?
Got throttle cable. Oh, the red, big long red cable, the more stable from the red board.
Oh, that's how that's rigged up. I was looking for a wire over here.
There's your numbers.
Yep.
You want to explain the giant?
Yeah,
So
sure.
You've got torque.
Actually,
You want it
open
to?
up yesterday's page because the oil was a little warmer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll open up a run from yesterday. This is the run from yesterday. So here's RPM,
Mm-hmm.
torque and foot-pounds, horsepower, and then brake specific fuel consumption, fuel mass, and oil pressure. So brake specific is a measurement of pounds per horsepower hour, so basically how thermally efficient the engine is. And then of course fuel mass is weight of the fuel in pounds being used by the engine at that RPM. So I think the spec for this motor might have been like 45 or something. Like that's their optimal spec, which is probably lean and mean and ready to explode. You know, when they rate these things, that's how they do
Done
it.
on a 1953 Dyno.
Yeah, 1950 Dyno, which is basically a disc brake and a scale.
Yeah.
Well calibrated for certain.
Now I thought it went up much higher than 3,000 RPM. Where does the meter read up to before it hits red line, or am I just been so long since I've driven it now that I've forgotten it?
3,000.
You take it
Yeah,
3,000.
I mean, we did one pull yesterday at 35 just to make sure. But that's,
Is that where it's expected to hit peak torque, or
it actually hits peak torque
horsepower?
earlier. Peak,
Yeah,
peak
because it
torque
was.
is right here at
was in there, and then it drops down.
2400-ish is where the peak torque is, and then it falls off pretty good after like 3000. So I mean, it'll keep going. The horsepower will keep going
right.
up as long as the torque doesn't really drop off. Because horsepower is just a mathematical equation of torque times RPM divided by 5252. So it's mathematical. So if this stays a straight line forever, the horsepower will just keep going on up forever. So horsepower is one of those bench racer numbers. It really is meaningless. So torque
We
is
try to beat all
torque's
the time.
yeah, torque's what makes the car go. So your peak torque is right here. So revving it up any further beyond 3,000, 3,500 is kind of fruitless.
Okay.
Your power band is from like 1800 to like 2,900.
What was the max torque on? Or I'm sorry, the max RPM on that dash. Do you recall? I forget. So I used to ride it up much higher.
What
I
they're
just
using in those things, you probably wouldn't want to go over 3,500.
Yeah, the bottom ends of these things have what, 3 main bearings.
Yep. And then you got
Yep, that's it.
little push rods and little rocker arms.
Yeah,
I'll have to
it's-
look at my dash pictures and see how high that tachometer went up to, because
Well, if you're
I just
thinking
don't
about,
remember.
if you're thinking about running it to rev line every time, then that motor will last maybe 6 months, 4 months.
so be gentler with it.
Yeah, like I said.